A pleasant good morning, everybody, and live from Lemoy Field on the campus of Post University this afternoon, which will take place at 12 o'clock, so it will be afternoon, your Post University Eagle lacrosse program, 6-5 on the season, 2-1 in conference, will take on Holy Family, 2-8 overall, 0-3 in conference. Pleasant good afternoon or good morning at the moment. I'm Jeff Nelson here to bring you all of today's men's lacrosse action here from Lemoy Field. A frigid winter-like day. Temperatures in about the mid-40s, but the wind is blowing in circles at about 15 to 20 miles an hour, so should make for fun watching weather, and hopefully if you're watching us at home, you are in a nice warm location. Fans filing in, the team's getting ready to get the starting lineups broadcast to the crowd that's filing in. Again, a brave crowd as, again, very chilly here this afternoon. But the Eagles, who started off the season 1-3 overall, have won 5 of the last 7, including back-to-back wins at Bridgeport 14-11 and at Felician on Wednesday 13-10. So the Eagles have moved to 2-1 in conference, and again, as I mentioned, 6-5 overall. They're led in points by Tim Keefe, who's got 29 goals and 25 assists on the season for 54 points, the junior midfielder out of Bridgewater, Massachusetts. Their goal-scoring leader is Robbie McGrain, who's got 32 of them on the year and 40 points total. Robbie is an attacker out of Oshawa, Ontario, and a junior. So as we get ready for everybody to take the field, give you the starting lineups brought to you by Post University. For more information on post degree programs, visit campus or to apply, go to post.edu. That's post.edu. For the visitors in the first-year program of Holy Family, the Tigers, their head coaches Noah Morris, obviously in year number 1, assistants Fran Catani, Jamar Hall, and Max Pucanis. Holy Family based out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Again, the first year as a program, 2-8 overall, 0-3 in conference. They're led in goal by Bryce Thomas, the freshman out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Thomas, in 10 games played, has 150 saves and has given up 148 goals for a .503 save percentage. Again, Thomas, freshman in this program in its first year. We'll go number order for the rest of the starting lineups. Jay Demius, an attacker, freshman out of Williamsburg Borough, New Jersey. Max Covley, freshman midfielder out of Somerdale, New Jersey. Adam Camille, freshman midfielder out of Providence, Rhode Island. Tyler Stahl, graduate student, defenseman out of Bensalem, Pennsylvania. Jacob Turk, sophomore defenseman out of Yardley, Pennsylvania. Julian DeFinis, freshman attacker midfielder out of Glendora, New Jersey. James Biania, attacker out of East Mauritius, New York. Edward Miller, senior defenseman out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Braden Cucano, freshman defenseman out of Belmar, New Jersey. And a aforementioned Bryce Thomas, freshman goalkeeper out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. For your Eagles, in goal, Cole George, senior out of Bowmanville, Ontario. George is got 140 saves this year and 108 goals allowed, a .565 save percentage overall. He's 6-5 on the season. Again, in number order, Anthony Esposito, sophomore defenseman out of Putnam Valley, New York. Dylan Heald, senior attacker out of Colchester, Connecticut. Ryan Denicky, sophomore attacker out of Putnam Valley, New York. Jackson Holden, sophomore out of Idaho Falls, Idaho. Jack Longmore, senior midfielder out of Bowmanville, Ontario. Robbie McGrain, the aforementioned Robbie McGrain, junior attacker out of Oshawa, Ontario. James Sproul, junior out of Aurora, Ontario. Nola Carfagna, senior defenseman out of Raynham, Massachusetts. Nate Dowd, senior defenseman from Williston Park, New York. And as I mentioned, Cole George, senior goaltender out of Bowmanville, Ontario. Head coaches Pat Yarnelli in year number 1. Assistants David Robinson, John Murray, and Prescott Perry. And now we pause for the playing of our national anthem. That was our national anthem, and now they're going to announce the starting lineups to the crowd here over the public address.
First, we'll go with the starting
here
lineup for the Tigers. A freshman attacker, number 0, J. Damius. Freshman midfielder, number 2, Max Cobley. A freshman midfielder, number 6, Adam Camille. Graduate defender, number 12, Tyler Stahl. A sophomore defender, number 19, Jacob Turk. A freshman attacker, number 23, Julian DeFinis. A freshman attacker, number 24, James Bienia. A senior defender, number 25, Edward Miller. A freshman defender, number 33, Braden Cacchiano. And a freshman goalkeeper, number 39, Bryce Thomas. The Tigers are led by head coach Noah Morris in his first season. Assistant coaches Fran Catani, Jamar Hall, and Max Pucanas. And now the starting lineup for your post-University Eagles. A sophomore defender, number 4, Anthony Esposito. A senior attacker, number 5, Dylan Heald. A sophomore attacker, number 6, Ryan DeNike. A sophomore face-off specialist, number 8, Jackson Holden. A senior midfielder, number 19, Jack Longmore. A junior attacker, number 21, Robbie McGrain. A junior long stick midfielder, number 22, James Sproul. A senior defender, number 23, Nolan Carfagna. A senior defender, number 35, Nate Dowd. And in goal, a senior number 41, Cole George. The Eagles are led by head coach Pat Yanarelli and his first-year assistant coaches David Robinson, John Murray, Prescott Perry, and Sly Maestro.
And there you go, folks. Starting lineups a couple of times as we get ready for this afternoon's game. And Holy Family, the Tigers from Philadelphia, their first year as a Division II collegiate lacrosse program, doing well, 2-8. They got a couple of wins. Struggling to score some goals, though. They scored 2 goals in each of the last 2 games, losing 17-2 to Bridgeport and 27-2 to Wilmington. But, again, have won a couple of games and are 2-8 overall. Eagles looking to continue their momentum, currently on a 2-game winning streak, again, won 5 out of 7, winning back-to-back games on the road at Bridgeport and at Felician. This is the Eagles' 4th home game of the season compared to 8 road games. Eagles in the home white will go right to left as you look at your screen. Holy Family in the black with blue lettering going left to right. Face off at midfield. As we get ready for this afternoon's game, we thank you for joining us wherever you are on campus, in state, across the country, or around the world. Referee blows the whistle. Post-University ball. And off we go. Longmore holds it and gives it off to Keefe, who comes on. Fast line changes. Keefe moves over to the right side. Has the ball. Will go back to midfield to Hindman. Hindman comes over to Piety, and now it goes behind the net, and they circle it around. Everyone on the sides just keep throwing it around. Now back over here to Keefe. Keefe being watched by the defender comes over here on the left side. Quick pass in the middle for a shot that's stopped by the goaltender. And out of play on the far side, so an opening save on a shot from about 15 yards away. Stopped by goaltender Thomas. Eagles with the ball. Behind the net, they change direction, come out the far side. Now goes back over here for Hindman. Hindman takes a shot that goes high and wide. And out of play, and the Eagles will play the ball from behind the net again. McGrain, their leading goal scorer, feeds it all the way back around to the left side. Played by DeNick. DeNick centers it in front, and they score. Nice little setup pass there, and a goal. A minute 14 in, and the Eagles are on the board. Looked like that was number 5, Dylan Heald. And for Heald, that will be goal number 27 on the season for Heald. On a nice setup in front, and it's 1-0, 1:14 early on. Face-off again in midfield, and again a whistle off the face-off, but this time Holy Family takes control for the first time today. And here's Covely. Covely going left to right, being watched by multiple Eagle defenders. Instead, he'll run up the left wing. Gets taken down, loses the ball, fighting for it. Penalty flag goes flying up into the air. And a penalty. Illegal procedure is called on Jack Longmore, so a 30-second penalty against the Eagles, and Holy Family, the Tigers, go on to the power play. Here's Holy Family, still in the play of Max Covely. He gives it to Damius, who gives it over here for McCauley. And a long shot taken, and it goes in, they score. A long shot from a good 20 yards away by Jay Demius, and Holy Family ties it right back up a full 30 seconds later, and it's 1-1 for Demius, his 10th goal of the season, and it's 1-1. We're back to full strength, and now a face-off right at center. 1-1 early on. Teams trading goals as Heel got his 27th and Damius got his 10th. Face off again in midfield, fighting for it. Holy Family trying to pick it up. A nice stick check there and taken away by the Eagles. Good job to win that face-off by James Sproul. And now the offensive players will come onto the field for the Eagles. Goal scorer Heald has it on the right side. Holds and waits, goes behind the net to Seminator. Excuse me, that's McGrain, apologies. To the right side. Move made by Keefe. Keefe looking to escape. He has a hole. He takes a shot, and it's stopped right on by Thomas. Eagles with a couple of shots so far. Thomas has stopped two, let one in, so 1 for 3. Now comes around and they score right off the behind-the-back reset, and for the second time in the game, it's Dylan Heald, his second of the game, and it's 2-1 on his second of the game, 28th of the season. And the Eagles lead 2-1 on this windy, cold, blustery day up here in Waterbury. And a face-off at center once again, in midfield, between Holden and Blair. Holy Family wins that one, so they'll go off on a line change and bring in their offensive player. But then the ball falls on the ground. The Eagles take control of it with a big long stick of 22, James Sproul. He goes across the field over to Carfagna, and he'll bring it back to the offensive side. Eagles bringing their offensive players on and making their player changes. Brendan Kelleher, the senior out of Providence, Rhode Island, has the ball now on the right-hand side. Goes behind the net again to the double goal scorer, Dylan Heald. Ball being reversed all the way around. It's then swung all the way around the field to Kelleher. Kelleher goes then back behind again, and Eagles just passing the ball around the outside in a pentagon formation. Kelleher on the right side of that pentagon. Goes behind the heel, gives it in front, looking for an opportunity, and he scores, avoiding the circle area and inside. Robbie McGrain, the team's leading goal scorer, with his 33rd of the year. And the Eagles have taken a 3-1 lead on McGrain's 33rd of the year at 3:25. Eagles successfully moving the ball around the pentagon and then finding a hole within the Holy Family defense. And they have an early 3-1 lead here in Waterbury this afternoon. Face off at midfield once again. Same two guys, Ben Blair and Jackson Holden. And that face-off is won by Holy Family. Here's Fioramonte. Firamonte being stick checked again, and the ball comes popping away again. Nice job with the big long stick again, the second time early in this game by 22 James Sproul, and he comes away with it with that big long stick of his and gets it over to the offensive side of the field. And here come the Eagles. Nick Gallery, freshman, running in, wide open, down the middle, takes a shot. A beautiful save, though, by Bryce Thomas, who's been tall to the task, even though he's let in 3 goals. He's made 3 saves, and he throws a long pass to center that's stolen away by Tim Keefe. Keefe comes in, long pass in, he scores! A beautiful pass by Keefe, setting up Robbie McGrain for his second goal in as many minutes. And it's 4-1, 4 minutes into the game, as McGrain gets his second of the game, 34th of the season. And the Eagles have a quick 4-1 lead here in the first 4 minutes. Face off in midfield again. Ben Blair for Holy Family. This time coming out to take it will be James Sproul with his big long stick, and he's done a good job. Made a couple of defensive plays taking the ball away from Holy Family as they had some offensive opportunities. But the Eagles have 6 shots, and 4 goals have gone by Bryce Thomas, who's been solid in the nets for Holy Family this season. Again, first-year program for the Tigers. 2-8 on the season, so growing pains, a lot of freshmen and a lot of new players obviously getting to know each other in their first season at the Division II level. Similar to how Post in the football program has grown over the last couple of years. It'll take a couple of years for any program starting off brand new to be successful, and Holy Family looking to do that. Eagles with the ball on their offensive side of the field, trying to spin around with Kelleher. Instead, he goes behind the net to McGrain. McGrain, who scored the last 2 Eagle goals, his team high 33rd and 34th of the season, and then he shoots and he scores again. It's a hat trick for Robbie McGrain, his 35th of the season, natural hat trick technically, as he scored 3 straight goals. And 4:42 into the quarter, the Eagles have a 5-1 lead. Beautiful shot there taken by Robbie McGrain, and the Eagles have a 5-1 lead on 7 shots. 4:42 in to quarter 1. Face off at midfield. Being pinned to the ground, and Eagles trying to get the ball. It's finally popped away. Nicely done by Holy Family, but then the ball squirts free, and it's picked up with the big long stick of Mike Keene, the freshman out of Summers, New York. Eagles play it back to their defense while they get their offense on the ball. And for the first time today, Anthony Esposito has his hands on the ball, and he goes across the field to Noah Carfagna. He'll give it up to the offensive midfield, and the Eagles will regroup. They've got all their players on the field this time, and Noah Piety leaves it for Tim Keefe. Keefe had a nice pass a moment ago to set up a goal. Comes in on the left side, takes a shot that just goes off the side of the goal. It pops free behind the net. Picked up by Denicky. Denicky goes behind his net, leaves it for Keefe. Keefe comes out the near side, goes into the middle with a pass to Hinman. Hinman then plays it into the middle of the field and standing on about the 35-yard line. Hinman gives it over here on the left side. A nice pass into the middle and a bounce shot taken by Denicky that bounces wide. The Eagles get the rebound, played over to Hinman. Hinman in the middle, gives the ball up, gives to Keefe. Keefe, and then a shot taken in the middle by Piety. That was stopped by Thomas. And then Thomas with a .505 save percentage, which is good for a first-year goaltender, made another save there. 5-1 Eagles, 9:04 to go in the first. Keefe plays it on the right side of the Pentagon. Now back to the middle is Hinman. Hinman goes to the left side of the Pentagon, gives it over to Piety. Piety changes positions, gives to Keefe. Keefe looking to make a move. He moves into the middle, spins away, gives it back to Piety. It bounces. Piety trying to chase it, waiting for it at midfield, and nicely done. Nicely kicked by Carfagna. Gives it back to Piety. Piety closing in with time and space, goes into the middle, fakes the pass, gives it over on the left side, and it bounces away. Keefe chasing after it, picks it up behind the goal on the far side corner. 30 seconds on the shot clock. Keefe behind his net, trying to make a move, tries to come out the near side, then spins away, comes out the far side, gives a pass into the middle for a shot, taken, another save, rebound bouncing in front, picked up, shot right into the body. And shot clock reset because there was a shot taken, and Thomas made the save, but Holy Family will take the ball with 8:14 to go. Holy Family has the ball. High pass, nicely stick down by Covely. Covely goes into the middle of the field. It bounces. Eagles with an opportunity to get the balls. It's in the body of 22, Aaron Gansky, the freshman out of Blackwood, New Jersey. It bounced and it went into his pants. And finally the ball comes out of his pants and whistle blew because they couldn't get it out of his pants. So the ball right at the 35-yard line on the Holy Family offensive side will be turned over to the Eagles, and Sproul will start off for the Eagles. Sproul carries it over midfield, and the ball pops up in the air. He drops his stick as well. Nice slash to get that stick and ball up in the air, but Kelleher there to help out. And Kelleher gives it back to Sproul. Long stick shot. He scores! A bouncing shot from about the 25-yard line, a 15-yard shot, and into the goal, and at 7-13, Sproul gets his first goal of the season, and the Eagles take a 6-1 lead. The long stick of Sproul, the junior out of Aurora, Ontario, makes it 6-1 on his first goal of the season. And the Eagles lead 6-1, face-off at midfield. Good fight there. Holy Family picks it off. Good job there by Ben Blair. He's been good on the face-offs today. Brings it over into the offensive side of the field, and he's double-teamed and out of bounds. He dropped the ball back. Let's see if there's a foul called or just a turnover. Just a turnover. Eagles have the ball, and they'll start back onto the defensive side. It's Esposito who goes to his goaltender, Cole George, who's had one shot on him today, and it actually went in. 6-1. That was a power play goal by Holy Family to tie the game at 1 several minutes ago. Here comes Sproul again. Sproul. Sorry, this is Carfagna. Carfagna in, over the line in the midfield, trying to bring it toward the goal, but a nice play by Thomas to take it away off the bouncing ball, and he'll play it inside his own goal as Holy Family attempts to get some offensive opportunities. They've had one shot so far. That was a power play. And then a long pass ahead, too far, but picked up by Jay Damius. Damius right around midfield, waits for his offensive players to come onto the field. Damius gives it over on their left side to Covely. Covely goes down toward the corner, now behind the net. As they pass around their version of the Pentagon, McColligan. McColligan goes back to Camille. Camille at center in this version of the Pentagon. Camille makes a move to the near side, comes in on right wing, takes a shot toward the net, it bounces, and it goes in, and he scores. Good angle on the bounce as George went down, and it bounced over his shoulder and into the goal, and that's 8:35. It's 6-2 for Camille. That is his 11th of the season. And it's 6-2 with a face-off at midfield. Holden for the Eagles, Blair for the Tigers. Holden comes away with it, comes standing right up with it, and comes up on right wing with it. Good, clean face-off win by Holden. And Eagles bringing out their offensive players as Longmore has the ball right now. Longmore gives it to Keith, now goes off on a change. Keith comes down on left wing with some space, gets down to about the 20-yard line. Goal is set on the 10. And then he spins it back over to Hindeman. Hindeman goes down the left wing. Goes behind the net and will hold the ball as the Eagles set up their offense. 6-2 Eagles. First quarter. In front with the ball. It comes back around, and a nice little give and go in front, and a nice save there by Thomas as Hindeman didn't get all of it. Hindeman didn't get all of it. And Thomas able to make the save. Eagles offensively have had the totality of the play so far here in the first. Lead 6-2, have had 11 shots on goal. Holy Family's only had 2 shots, but both of those have gone in. Covely out at midfield, slowly winds his way to the left wing, trying to get around the defense of Rob Torelli. Covely comes over here on the near side to McColligan. McColligan closes in, tries to spin away from the defensive Keefe. He goes across to Camille. who scored the last Holy Family goal. 45 on the clock, shot clock, excuse me. Played over to Covley, who dropped the ball. Eagles frantically trying to get it, but it ends up on the stick of Camille. Covley to Camille. Camille up on the right side. Tries to close into the goal, but a good job on the defense, and then a whistle. And the clock reset to 60. Shot clock reset to 60. And played behind the goal to DeFinis. DeFinis comes out the near side, tries to spin it toward the goal, takes a bad angle shot that just rolls through the crease. No save made, but the Eagles come up with the ball on the other side. And played by Sproul. Sproul scored the last Eagle goal, his first of the season, gives a long pass up ahead, long stick to long stick. And good job, Sproul and Carfagna, and the Eagles will get their offense on the board. It's Kelleher. Kelleher gives it to Keefe. Keefe on the right side as they set up their version of the Pentagon. Swings it around. Heald and Deneke. Heald's got 2 goals in this game already. Back to the top to Kelleher. Kelleher with some speed, trying to get around the defense. Carries it in on the right side, goes behind. Dropped by Heald, but he picks it up. Fakes a pass behind, then gives it behind the net to Kelleher. Over here for Deneke. Deneke goes behind the net, looks to bring it out in front. Instead goes behind the goal. Now goes near side to far side. In front with a pass for Heald. It bounces into the crease and stopped by Thomas. Don't know if we credit him with a shot on goal there, but he made the stop anyway as it was rolling through his crease area. And Thomas makes a long pass ahead, but a dangerous one as the ball is still bouncing right in the middle of the field. Comes way out, does Thomas to get the ball, and he throws it to center. Midfield, excuse me. And played by Cauciano. Cauciano gives it over here to Biania. Biania leaves it back to Covley, and Holy Family will regroup, trailing 6-2. 3 minutes to go in the first. 45 on the clock, shot clock. Covley trying to get around Keefe. Does for a moment, but then Keefe regains his position, and Covley will pass it up. Biania comes toward the goal with a shot and just missed. Excuse me, but a crease violation and turnover for Holy Family. The Tigers will regain the ball at midfield. Possibly they do. Nope. Ball still bouncing around on a bad pass by the Eagles. And it's still bouncing as Holy Family struggling to get it. Jacob Turk trying to get it, but Heald fighting in there. Eagles 1-on-3, and they come away with a good job there by Dylan Heald. Eagles will regroup. Kelleher. Bad pass led to a scramble. Eagles 1-on-4, and eventually Dylan Heald, the senior out of Colchester, Connecticut, came up with the ball, and the Eagles will start their offense from behind the net. Heald spins away from the attack of Covley, tries to come out in front with it, lost the ball for a moment. It's bouncing on the turf. Eagles desperately trying to get it, and Keefe does. Keefe, right side of the Pentagon, closing into the middle with a run, takes a shot that bounces away and goes out of play. Shots are 12-2 Eagles. Ball behind the net. Played by McGrain. McGrain comes out in front, gives to Heald. Heald looks in toward the near side corner, takes a shot, and it scores. It's Robbie McGrain, the junior out of Oshawa, Ontario. He scores his 4th of the game, his 36th of the season, and the Eagles have a 7-2 lead. With 1:52 to go in the first, Eagles 13-2 in shots, 7-2 in goals, and a face-off at midfield between Sproul and Blair. Whistle blows. Sproul fights for it. Good job by Blair, who's done good on the face-off, but the ball is still bouncing up in the air and taken away by Sproul. Sproul with a long stick in midfield. Eagles will get their offensive players out on the field. He feeds a bad pass into the middle and stolen away by Jacob Turk. Turk feeds a pass over to Damius. Damius then had the ball taken off his stick, and here comes Kelleher. Kelleher ahead to center. Over midfield, carries it in on the right wing side, gives it to Heald. Heald looking to bring it in front. Instead throws a dangerous pass, nowhere near anybody, but picked up by Nick Steele. Steele on left wing. Goes behind the net with it. Some sloppy passing, but the Eagles have the ball behind the net. Steele comes across the near side with a jump shot. Stopped by Thomas again. Another save by Thomas. Ball right in the crease area and stopped by Thomas before any other players could get to it. Long, dangerous pass to midfield, bouncing around and taken away by the Eagles again. It's Carfagna feeding it up to the middle, played by Keene, rolling, trying to keep it in. Keene dives for it, can't keep it in, and the Eagles lose possession to the Tigers. The Finnis goes into the middle field again. Another bad pass. It's going to roll all the way to the other side, and the Eagles will take possession there as quick changes of possession as Jalen Brown had gotten over there. Here come the Eagles, down right into the middle for a shot by McGrain, and another save there by Thomas. Ball bounces to midfield, taken by Covley of Holy Family. In on left wing, over the line, 15 seconds to go in the first. Covley gives it down into the corner. Time of the essence for Holy Family. Takes a bad shot, deflects off the official in front, taken by Esposito with 5 in the quarter. Esposito loses it, actually slams his stick into the head of McColligan as he tried to throw a pass. Ball shot out of his stick, slammed into the helmet of McColligan, but that's how the first will end, with the Eagles leading 7-2. 4 goals for Robbie McGrain. 2 goals for Dylan Heald, and then the first of the season for James Sproul, the junior out of Aurora, Ontario. And the Eagles have a 7-2 lead, out shooting Holy Family 15-2 in the first. Good job on goaltending by Bryce Thomas. He gave up 7 but stopped 8. As the Eagles had non-stop pressure, and really the only Holy Family only had 3 or 4 opportunities, 2 on goal and a couple that went wide. And then a crease violation. Power play goal for Holy Family in that first. That was their opening goal, as their goal scorers are Jay Demius, his 10th of the season, and Adam Camille, his 11th. Team's getting ready to start the second quarter. Eagles leading 7-2. Eagle high output for the season is 21. They're well on their way to that right now when they beat St. Thomas Aquinas 21-0 back in early March. Holy Family's been pretty decent defensively. They've only given up 20 twice this season, but they did give up 27 to Wilmington a little over a week ago. Teams change side for the second. Eagles in their white going left to right this time. Holy Family in the black going right to left. Face off at midfield again as we start the second quarter. Blair for Holy Family. And Holden for the Eagles. Ball bouncing around, still bouncing. It bounced to the Eagles side of the field and taken by 22 Sproul. Sproul gives it in the midfield. Quick pass up the middle again. Here come the Eagles 3-on-2. Going toward the middle. Shoots in a goal. It's Jack Longmore, the senior out of Bowmanville, Ontario. Quick Eagle passing 3-on-2. Down the field it goes, and Longmore gets his second of the season. And the Eagles have an 8-2 lead. Again, for Longmore, the senior out of Bowmanville, Ontario, his second of the season. And the Eagles, 18 seconds into the second quarter, have an 8-2 lead. Same two on the face-off again. It's Holden and Blair. Face-off at midfield. Ball bouncing toward the Holy Family offensive side, but taken by the Eagles again, as Mike Keene has it. And the Eagles will play it to their defense while they change up the offense. And over the line comes Carfagna. Carfagna gives a nice pass up to Hinman. Hinman holds the ball here on the right wing. Eagles setting up their offense again, leading 8-2. Early stages of the second quarter. Hinman tries to come out the near side, instead goes farther wide. Now cuts toward the middle, gives a cross pass over to 14 Pieti. Pieti plays give and go. Ball bounces into the slot area. Bouncing around, but nice play there by 11 Keefe. Keefe gives it over to Heald. Heald goes back into the middle of the field to Hinman. Hinman feeds it to Deneke. Deneke gives it behind the net. Eagles looking for an offensive opportunity. 20 seconds left in front. A beautiful cross crease pass. And a goal by McCrane, number 5. And the Eagles take a 9-2 lead. That was a beautiful crease-to-crease pass from the far side to the near side. And McCrane gets goal number 5 of the game. His 37th of the season. 9-2 Eagles. Early stages of quarter 2. Trey Rohrer, the graduate student from Philadelphia, in for the face-off this time for Holy Family. He comes away with it, does Rohrer, and now fighting off 2 sticks of the Eagles, and a good job to run away from the multiple sticks as the wind blows hard here in Waterbury this afternoon. A windy, cold day, and the Eagles take control of the ball again. Holy Family not getting a shot off this time, and the Eagle defense has the ball. Long pass into the middle of the field, nicely caught by Esposito. Esposito gives it down to Heald on the far side corner. Now behind the net. They change places. Excuse me, that was Deneke, not Heald. And now the Eagles play top with Steele. Steele at the top of the Pentagon. Waits for his other offensive player to get on the field. It goes behind to Deneke. It goes behind to the near side to Heald, to feed the pass over here to Cook. Cook goes back to the top to Steele. Steele closing in the middle of the field. Left-handed stock shot and a goal over the left shoulder of Bryce Thomas, and a nice shot with the left-sided stick. And the Eagles take a 10-2 lead there. On the goal by Nick Steele. And for Steele, that's goal number 4 on the season. And Eagles lead 10-2. Again, early in the second quarter, 10-2 Eagles. Face-off at midfield. And the Eagles trying to gain control again. And they do once again as they gain control on a sloppy face-off. And here's Sproul. Down on left wing, still with the ball. Ball bounces up in the air and is taken away by the defense of Holy Family. Then Eagles trying to get it back. 2-on-1 seemingly, defense offense. And a bad pass in the middle of the field, but played by Damius. Damius has the ball on left side. Tries to go toward the net, and the whistle blows, and a timeout called by Holy Family. Eagles lead 10-2, 12:07 to go in the second. Holy Family timeout. Eagles out shooting Holy Family 18-2. 69 seconds remain on the shot clock as Holy Family takes a timeout. Eagles have had all the play, all the offense so far in this game, and have done a good job defensively, just really giving up 2 goals, one on a power play and one on a nice shot taken by Adam Camille. Sun trying to peek out of the clouds here, although it isn't doing anything for the weather, as the wind is picking up a little bit. Teams getting ready to take the field back. Again, 18-2 in shots for the Eagles, 10-2 on the scoreboard in regards to goals. There goes the air horn right in my ear. So, teams getting ready to take the field again for the remainder of the second quarter. Holy Family will have the ball down on the far side of the field. Again, Eagles going left to right offensively. Holy Family, the Tigers, going right to left. Ball currently in the left corner, held by James Benia. And Benia comes out all the way to midfield, being chased with the long stick of 23 Carfagna. He slaps at it. Holy Family manages to get the ball in the middle of the field, goes behind into the corner. It bounces off the stick of Damius behind the net, and the Eagles will take control as a turnover there without a shot for the Tigers. Coming down on the far side is for Anthony Esposito, the sophomore out of Putnam Valley, New York. Gives a nice pass into the middle of the field, and here's some aggressive running up the middle of the field. 1-on-4, 1-on-5, takes a shot, stopped by Thomas. Rebound with a behind-the-head shot taken by Denicky, and the ball goes out of play. Calling Denicky for a crease violation. Technically his hand is in the crease, and any part of your body in the crease is a crease violation. But good offensive 1-on-4 opportunity, and a behind-the-back shot by Denicky as he tried to wrap it around his head. Ball went out of play, but ultimately the crease violation for Denicky. Again, a little bit of his body in the crease area. And then Holy Family almost gives the ball away. Thomas, the goalie, all the way out to midfield, gets a pass up to Fiermonte. And then I think that's another offside, and it is, as Holy Family has too many players over the midfield line. And that's another turnover for Holy Family. Here come the Eagles. 2-on-1 down low, across, but Thomas got a stick in there. Ball bounces in the middle. I knew I was going to say puck at least once, and there it was. And then out of play into Holy Family. So Eagles had a 2-on-1 down low. Tried to go across the crease. Nice play by Thomas. Had it bounce right in the middle. Shot taken by Denicky. Rolled wide. And Holy Family takes possession. Chopping at it. Ball pops free. Nicely done by Heald as he chopped at it first. Heald. 3-on-3 holds waits. Now double teamed by Holy Family defenders. Ball pops around, but he controls it, and the Eagles will slow it down just a little. In on the left side is Keefe. Keefe fakes his shot. Goes behind the net. Comes near side now. Looking to throw it in front. He does finally eventually to Hinman, and the Eagles will regroup. Piatti. On the left side, closes in, looks with a little slap pass, in front, score. Little bit of a slap type of pass with his stick. He fed it in front, and the Eagles get goal number 11 with 10:22 to go in the second. On a nice setup there, it's Tim Keefe, who gets goal number 30 on the season. That's his 30th of the year for Keefe. And the Eagles take an 11-2 lead. Eagles controlling all aspects of play, offensively and defensively. Anytime Holy Family gets the ball, they're chopping at that stick, getting the ball to pop free. And really, again, Holy Family's really only had 5 attempted shots the whole game, 2 of them on net and 2 in goal. But the Eagles playing one of their best games of the season and win the face-off again. Good job there by Jackson Holden. He'll come away with it on the right side. Holden leaves the ball, bouncing and rolling over to Longmore. Longmore's got a goal in this game. Plays it at the top of the Pentagon, goes over to the left side to Denicky. Denicky closes in toward the net, centers in front, shot in the goal. Beautiful passing, and again for the 6th time today, it's Robbie McGrain. Goal number 38 on the season. And the Eagles have a 12-2 lead and a lot of time left in this game. Eagles winning the faceoffs, playing well defensively, and getting opportunities offensively. It's 12-2 with 10 minutes even to go here in Waterbury. Face off again at midfield. Holy Family tries to come away with it. Ball bouncing in the middle of the field, but the only people there are Eagles. Ball still bouncing, though, because it got chopped out of the stick. A big collision before it goes out of bounds, and a nice play there with the long stick of James Sproles. Sproles played well with that long stick today. His first goal of the season, and has been everywhere you needed to be defensively. And here's Esposito. Esposito in the middle of the field as three long sticks pass it to each other. Carfagna gives it into the middle of the field, down to Dinicky in front. Score! Beautiful pass from Dinicky in front for the 7th goal of the game for Robbie McGrain. That's number 39 for McGrain on a beautiful three-way passing. Give the second assist to Esposito, but we don't do that in lacrosse, so it's only one assist. But a beautiful hockey assist there by Esposito, but he won't get any points on the board for that. 9:29 to go in the second quarter, 13-2 Eagles. Come away with it again. Here's Holden with a lot of space right down the middle of the field. Feeds a pass over to Dinicky, but it bounced away from him, and the Eagles will have to chase it. Picked up on the other side by 21 McGrain. McGrain with 7 goals in this game so far. He's got 39 on the season. His next one will be number 40. McGrain's got 7 in this game, 39 on the season. Next goal will be number 40. Kelleher brings it over here to Cook. Leighton Cook gives it down to Heald, who goes behind the net to Dinicky. Heald asking for it. Dinicky comes out the far side. In front, behind the head shot, taken, stopped in the crease by Thomas. As Thomas will play the ball behind his goal, trailing 13-2, makes a save there. And the Eagles' 23rd shot of the game. Here comes Turk. Feeds a bad pass into the middle, and the Eagles will take control as Esposito jumps high in the air with that big long stick and takes the ball away. Esposito feeds it to Heald. Heald makes a nice catch and a nice spin away onto the defense from Fioramonte. Gives it over to Dinicky. Dinicky gives it back to Kelleher. Gives it over here to Beckett. Beckett, junior out of Bowmanville, Ontario. Eagles have several players from Bowmanville, Ontario. Gives the ball over to Heald, behind the net to Dinicky. Dinicky behind the net, centers in the front, shot in the goal. Beautiful setup there as the team goes crazy for that goal. Cam Beckett, the junior from Bowmanville, Ontario, gets goal number 1 for him in his 3rd career game. And the Eagles take a 14-2 lead on Beckett's first goal. Holy Family has the ball. Played behind by Covley. Halftime, we will get caught up on all of the stats to make sure we got everybody where we need them. Holy Family with the ball on the left side. Damius comes out toward the top of the Pentagon, looking to make a move around the defense of Dowd, but nothing doing, and they'll pass it back behind the goal. 25 on the shot clock. Give and go with McColligan behind the net, back out to the top to Covley. Covley, Tigers need to take a shot. Bounces off the defensive check. Plays it down to McColligan, bouncing the ball around, trying to get control of it with 10 remaining on the shot clock. Holy Family's got to take a shot. 4 seconds. 3 in front. Gloved by George. And it makes a bad pass and a turnover, so Holy Family will get the ball right back. No save there for George because as the shot was taken from behind the net, he just kind of gloved it as they were trying to get it toward the goal. But now Holy Family with 6 minutes to go in the first half. Have the ball on the far side of the field to go behind the goal. Beninia gives it in front. Shot taken off the helmet of Esposito. And the Eagles will take control from behind the goal, leading by 12. It's 14-2, 5:55 to go in the second quarter. Gives up to Esposito, who crosses over the center line, gives it in the middle of the field to Keene. Keene fakes a shot, takes the long shot, bounces it wide, and the Eagles will take control behind the goal. A long shot that just goes wide of Thomas. But the Eagles will control with 5:40 to go in the second quarter and 63 seconds remaining on the clock. Shot clock. Dinicky comes around, gives it in the middle of the field, goes back to Hinman. Hinman goes over here to Keefe. Keefe fakes a shot, goes back to Hinman. Hinman swings it around, gives it in the middle to Dinicky, who came out the corner and took a quick little shot. Actually, that goes wide, and the Eagles will start again. Keefe bringing it toward the goal from behind the net, comes back to Hinman. Hinman on the near side of the Pentagon, gives it in the middle of the field to Heald. Heald to Beckett, back to Heald. Heald over here for Keefe. Keefe with a lane, takes a shot that goes high and wide, and the Eagles will take the ball again with 26 to go on the clock. 5:03 to go in the second quarter. Dinicky behind the net, comes across in front, pass, fake, shot, stopped as McGrain tried to go for goal number 8. Eagles come out with it again. In the middle of the field is Hinman. Hinman in front, right in the crease here. McGrain scores! Goal number 8. And it's 16-2. Number 40 for Robbie McGrain, who started the game with 32. He's got 40 now. And the Eagles have a 15-2 lead, 26 shots on goal, with 4:44 remaining in the first half. The struggles of a first-year program for Holy Family. Again, this is year 1, 2-8 on the season. They'll build this program over time and will be in a better position as time moves on, but trailing 15-2 today, and a first half totally controlled by the Eagles so far. Ball passed all the way back to goaltender Thomas, who's done what he can to keep this even a 15-2 game at this point, as the shots are 26-2. Stick dropped. Over the line they come. Oz Holy Family, a nice long run, takes a shot. Did number 11, Ethan Ose, a freshman out of Coon Rapids, Minnesota. Took a shot, and then a rebound picked up by Damius. Missed the net with the shot, but Damius picked it up with 45 on the shot clock. Behind the net is Damius. Damius being watched by multiple Eagles. At times it feels like there are more Eagles than Tigers on the field. He makes a pass into the offensive side. Tried to feed a pass into the middle of the field to DeFinis, but the ball goes out of play with 22 seconds, remaining on the shot clock, and the Eagles will take control with 3:42 to go in the first half. Long pass down the left side, taken with a nice catch there by Carfagna. Carfagna looking to take a shot, gets around several players, takes the shot and missed the net. As he went through a couple of defenders using that big long stick, took a shot that bounced wide. He'll go back to his defensive position. The Eagles will regroup offensively with 60 on the shot clock. It's Keefe playing the middle, leaves the ball for Piatti. They switch sides. Piatti gives it down low to Kelleher, now back to Keefe. Takes a kind of a pass shot. He'll chase after it. The Eagles will get the ball back. Nope, they'll lose the ball on a turnover, and here's Thomas. Thomas feeds the pass to Camille. Camille, who's got the latest goal for Holy Family, though they trail 15-2. Good offensive push and a good run. He gets around a couple of defenders and falls down and loses the ball, and back comes Esposito. Esposito over the midfield line, down on left wing, carries it, gives it down low, looks for the give and go. He gave the give and go. Shot stopped by Thomas. On the give and go with Esposito. Ball rolling free. Thomas comes out to play it, rolls it all the way to the other side. Eagles trying to get the ball offensively, and they turn it over. Nice shot by Nice save by Thomas on the beautiful give and go by the Eagles as Esposito ran a good 70 yards with the ball and then the give and go, and his shot with the long stick, which is challenging because you have to get some torque and get your hand up there. And then a long pass into the middle of the field taken by goaltender George, who was 25 yards out from his goal for some reason. And here comes Keene. Keene gives it down to Kelleher with 2 minutes to go in the first half. Kelleher goes behind the net, gets a rebound pass, gives it back into the middle of the field to Steele. Steele's got a goal in this game, gives it over to Beckett. Beckett to Steele. Comes over here for Keefe. Keefe makes a move, spins away, goes to the left side, takes a shot that bounces wide. The Eagles will have the ball with 46 on the shot clock and a minute 45 to go in the first half. Sun out for the first time. Hasn't really warming up anything, but the sun is out for the first time today. Pass over here for Keefe. Keefe, bad angle shot toward it, bounced off of bounced off of Thomas and behind the goal. Cook, the sophomore out of Orangeville, Ontario, behind his net. Cook to Keefe. Keefe in the middle of the field to Steele. In front, shot in the goal. It's Kelleher who ripped it from the left side of the field on a bounce past Thomas. And with 1:24 to go in the first half, it is 16-2 Eagles on a beautiful shot there by Kelleher. And for Brandon Kelleher, his first goal of the season, to give the Eagles a 14-goal lead. 3 players on the team today with their first goals of the season. James Sproul opened that. Then Cam Beckett, playing in his 3rd game, got his first goal. And now Kelleher, Brendan Kelleher, in his 5th game, gets his first goal. Kelleher, the senior from Providence, Rhode Island. Face-off won by Holy Family briefly, then given away, and the Eagles have the ball with 1:15 to go. Basically, the shot clock and the game clock mirror each other, but the Eagles aggressively coming down the middle of the field. Here's an opportunity for Gallery. Gallery gives it behind the goal to Cook. And the Eagles can hold it really for one shot for the rest of the half. Shot clock at 59, game clock at 58. McGrain. Eagles passing it around the Pentagon, looking for an opportunity. Bad angle shot, just missed the far post. Has a lot of torque on that one. 41 remaining. Referee blows the whistle. 38-7 to go in the first half. Referee blew the whistle as the Eagles attempted to shot clock issue, although the shot clock is longer than the game clock, so I'm not really sure why we were having a shot clock issue. Just waiting for that to get updated. You can hear the wind whistling as the ramps up here this afternoon. Cook behind his own goal, gives it to McGrady. He comes out the other side. They go across the field, though, picked up by Kelleher, who just got his first goal. Behind the goal to Cook. Cook in front, tipped little shot there. And the Eagles will have the ball again with 25-9 to go. Cook behind his own goal, looking to get it in front. He does get it in front. Long shot stopped by Thomas. Nicely done there, as Thomas at times has felt hung out. Made a nice shot save there. The Eagles' 30th shot of the game. 10 seconds remaining in the first half. Bounce play in front to McGrain. McGrain tries to get it. Pops up in the air. Still bouncing at the 30-yard line. They're about 20 yards away with 5 seconds to go. Eagles trying to get an opportunity. Kelleher spins. Has one attempt at it. Gets in there and he scores! Did it beat the clock? They're going to call the goal, and Kelleher gets his second of the game and second of the season. And the Eagles lead 17-2 at halftime. As that beat the clock. And that's an answer I don't know. Is it when the ball leaves the stick or when the ball goes in? Because the ball left the stick before 0, but didn't go in before 0. Either way, it's a goal that counts. We don't have instant replay, so at the halftime, it's 17-2. Eagles out shooting Holy Family 30-2 here in the first half. And we'll come back in 7 minutes with the start of the second half. You're listening and watching the Post University Lacrosse, men's lacrosse, on the CACC network and youtube.com/go Post Eagles. Halftime here at Lemoy Field on the campus of Post University in Waterbury, Connecticut, where the Post University Eagles lead Holy Family 17-2 at the half. A dominating first half, to say the least. Shots on goal 30-2 in favor of the Eagles. Good job by Holy Family goaltender Bryce Thomas. He's made some good saves and good plays, but the Eagles have just been totally dominant. If I had a time of possession clock, it would be something in the neighborhood of 25-5. That's what it feels like through the first half. Eagles have 17 goals, as I mentioned, but Robbie McGrain, the junior attacker out of Oshawa, Ontario, has 8 of them and has broken the program record for goals in a game by a player. It was 7. It is now 8, as held by Robbie McGrain. Again, he's got 40 goals now on the season, breaking the 40-goal barrier. He started the game at 32. He's now got 40 for the Eagles. Dylan Heald has 2 goals. He's got 28 now. And Tim Keefe, the leading scorer on the team, has a goal and 2 assists. The goal, his 30th of the season. He's up to 57 points on the season. But McGrain now at 48 with his 8 goals in the game. Ryan Dinnicky, the sophomore out of Putnam Valley, New York, he's got 4 assists in the game. Is 14th. He's up to 14 now, 23 points on the season. 3 players with 2 assists. That's Keefe, as we mentioned, who leads the team in assists with 27. Noah Piety, he's got 2 assists. He's got 9 now, and now is over the 20-point barrier on the season. And Hayden Hinman has 12 assists on the season, 2 in this game, and is over the 30-point plateau, as now the Eagles have 4 players over 30 points on the season. Second half getting ready to begin. The Eagles are going to go right to left as you look at your screen. They're in their home whites. Holy Family in the road black, going left to right, leading by 15. And again, really just dominating the game. Their season high in goals for the Eagles is 21 against St. Thomas Aquinas. They shut them out 21-0 in March. Well on their way to breaking that season high. And Holy Family has given up 20 goals twice on the season. In our last game, it was 27-2 against Wilmington. Eagles not there yet, but lead 17-2, and again have had the entirety of the offense. Again, ball possession somewhere in the neighborhood of 25-5. Eagles have the ball. Keefe on the right side of the Pentagon gives it over here to Hinman. Hinman in the middle. Goes across to Keefe. Keefe goes down on right wing on the far side, goes behind the goal to Cook, and then swings all the way around to the near side and back to the top to Hinman. Hinman gives to Piety. Piety goes behind the goal to Kelleher, back to Piety. Clock rolling down to 45. He goes across the field to Keefe. Keefe makes a move around the defense, comes closing into the goal, takes a shot and scores. There's Keefe, second of the game, 31st of the season. And the Eagles take an 18-2 lead. .42 seconds into the second half, and the Eagles have an 18-2 lead. Face-off at midfield between Rohrer and Holden, who's done a good job. Running time has been determined here with the Eagles leading by 16. So the clock will run here as the second half, as we're early in the second half, and the clock will run. Ball picked up by the Eagles, taken by Holden as it bounces up in the air a couple times. Holden on the right side, carries it in, goes into the middle of the field, looks to take a shot. 1-on-3, takes the long shot, bounces over Thomas, over the net, and out of play. Eagles changing out players as Kelleher gives it over here to Beckett. Beckett Waits for Steele to get on. Gives it to Steele at the center point. Center point of the Pentagon, should I say, and gives it over to Hinman. Hinman will run it to the far side. Gives it to Cook. Cook goes behind the goal to Kelleher. Kelleher around the horn to Beckett. Beckett to Steele, to Hinman. Back down behind the goal. The Eagles just passing it around the Pentagon at this point. Now gives it over to Beckett. Beckett, top of the area to Steele. Steele with 30 on the shot clock. Takes a move around the defender. Steele looks, takes the shot wide again. Eagle ball with 26 to go. Clock ticking away as we're doing running clock with the Eagles leading by 16. Here's Kelleher. Kelleher at the top of our broadcast center, almost flying away in the wind. Gives it over here. Long shot taken, and that was 30 feet wide as Hinman tried to rip a shot with the left side of a left-handed shot, and it went way wide. 11 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Cook. Eagles need to get one on goal. Here's Cook. Gives it in front. Takes the shot. Bounces away, and the Eagles turn the ball over as Thomas has it in his stick. And Holy Family will attempt to get some offense and get it over midfield. Again, the Eagle defense has just been swarming anytime they get the ball onto the offensive side. This game was 1-1 at one point. The Eagles took a 1-0 lead early. Holy Family scored a power play goal on the lone penalty in this game. And then since then, it's been all Eagles. It was 6-1 and 6-2, and since then the Eagles have rattled off 12 consecutive goals to have an 18-2 lead and a 32-2 shot advantage. Amongst all this, the 2 goals Holy Family has scored, George has yet to make a save. Shot taken, nice stick check from behind by Jalen Brown, a graduate student out of New York, New York. And Holy Family will have the ball behind the goal, play by Damius. Again, the first-year program Tigers, their roster is 6 or 7 players shorter than the Eagle roster, which goes to show at times when you're making those changes and players tiring out later in the game. Damius trying to get it to the front, being checked off nicely by 43. In front with a nice pass at balls wide. The Eagles have actually changed goaltenders as well, as Russell Robinson, the graduate student out of Manassas, VA, is now in goal for the Eagles, with the Eagles leading by 16. Here's Camille. Camille gives it across to Covley. Covley gives it in the middle of the field, and a nice stick chop there by Mike Keane as he tries to get the ball away, but clock running out. Long shot taken and wide, and out of play it goes. Here's Keane. Keane gives it all the way down, and here's Kelleher again. Kelleher in the Pentagon moves to the middle of the field, takes a pass in front, stopped by Thomas. Again, the Eagles have changed goaltenders. Russell Robinson in there now. 18-2 Eagles lead. So George has been taken out. Eagles with the ball, and their main offensive players are not coming on the field in the second half. So McGrane got his 8 goals to get the 40 and break the program record for goals in a game, but he's not coming back on the field, probably barring any kind of injury or some need to put him out there. The Eagles leading 18-2 and have slowed down the pace as well. But these players are looking for opportunities, and here's Steele. Steele being watched defensively, tried to give it to Beckett. It ends up back on the stick of Steele with 25. Steele at the center of the Pentagon, looking to make a move around the defense. He does. Feeds a pass behind the goal, looking in front, comes in front, little tip shot. One-timer hockey-like in front. Ball bouncing around, finally on the stick of Thomas. The goaltender out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Again, the freshman goaltender, the first-year program. And then a bouncing ball again as it goes off the stick of 21 Fioramonte. And the Eagles get the ball back again. Clock is running at this point. Over the line, nice give and go. Behind the back shot attempted by Hinman, and it goes out of play. But the Eagles will have the ball with 70 remaining on the shot clock and 9 minutes to go in quarter number 3. Piatti. Center of the Pentagon gives it over to Hinman. Hinman Hinman has it on the right side. He tries to go around the defense of Turk. Feeds it back to the middle to Piatti. Piatti then sends it over here to Steele. Steele goes toward the middle, now to the left wing, gives it back to Piatti. Nice catch by Piatti on the tough pass. Gives over to Hinman on the right side, goes behind the goal to Cook. Cook looking to give it in front. He does give it in front. Nice pass, in front goal. Nice setup there, and a beautiful shot taken. Robbie McGrain gets goal number 9 on the game. That's number 41 for McGrain. Goal number 9 to extend his program record game goals in a game. And the Eagles have a 19-2 lead. Clock is running. And the Eagles lead 19-2. Tough face-off, and down goes Rohrer. He did a face dive. Good thing he has a full face mask, but Holy Family gets the ball and is really over midfield for the first time here in the second half. One of the first times in the second half, should I say. McColligan on left wing goes down behind the goal. Holy Family looking to make an opportunity. Nice spin move, shot over the net. Picked up by Holy Family on the other side. And they're going to call a crease violation. And the Eagles get the ball again. Again, that's what I'm talking about. Holy Family gets one opportunity there, has a violation, and then at the same time turns the ball over. So the Eagles get the ball with 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Eagles leading 19-2. Ball brought in on the right side. Shot, Jalen Brown trying to get a shot on ball. Bouncing up. Taken away by Holy Family, and they'll come out on the left-hand side. Here's Ose. Gives the ball to Bienia. Bienia leaves it for the last goal scorer. That's Camille, and he's had it taken away as a double team check. Ball bounces up in the air, being chased at by the Eagles. Chopping down on sticks. Ball right at the 30-yard line. Tries to feed it ahead. A nicely done play there by the Eagles, and out comes Jalen Brown. Brown gives it in the middle of the field to Esposito. Esposito closing in, long stick, shot bounced and taken out with a big hit as well. As Esposito with that long stick about 20 yards away tried to launch a shot, and he did. It just went over the goal as he tried to bounce it past Bryce Thomas. Ball all the way over here for Piatti as they set up the Pentagon. 34 shots on goal for the Eagles. 19 of them have gone in. Steele to Beckett, back to Steele. Over on the right side to Piatti. Eagles swinging around the Pentagon. Behind the goal now is Heald. Top the area. Steele plays catch, gets the ball back. Steele now looking to make a move. He digs around, move around one, tries to get toward the goal, but pushed behind the goal nicely by the defense of Turk. Eagles try again in front with a fake pass, takes it again, takes a bouncing shot. I don't know if Thomas got it or went off the side of the goal, but a nice attempt there by Steele, and the Eagles get the ball out of play behind the goal. Dinnicky has got 4 assists in this game. Feeds it over to the other side to Kelleher. Gives it back to the Piatti at the top of the Pentagon. To Beckett. Over here for Steele. Steele goes behind the goal to Dinnicky. Dinnicky gives it behind the goal, and the Eagles again just passing it around the Pentagon with 35 seconds to go on the shot clock. Here's Beckett, top of it. Over here for Steele. Steele looks to make a move around Camille. Makes one move, goes toward the middle of the play. In front with a little chip pass shot taken by Kelleher. Out of play, and the Eagles will play it behind the goal with 23 to go. 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Cook. Leighton Cook trying to come around, goes behind the back, but he gave it right to the Holy Family's Max Covley, the freshman out of Summerdale, New Jersey, but then taken away by Kelleher. Kelleher Gets the ball, gives it away, goes behind the goal. Looking to get in front is Dinnicky. Eagles need to take a shot with 5. Dinnicky trying to get to the front, spins with it toward the goal. Ball rolls into the crease area, and that will be a shot clock violation. And then a long pass by Thomas up the middle, sort of like a wide receiver, looking for the flying Camille. And he caught it, and he's on the left wing being chopped at by the defense of Pieti. Goes back to the middle of the field to Bienia. Bienia goes back to Covely as the defender left him. Covely takes a shot that goes wide, so Holy Family will have a second opportunity behind the goal. Here's McColligan to Covely. Covely looking to get a shot back to McColligan. McColligan takes a long shot, and it stopped for the first save of the game by the Eagles as Robinson makes the save, and the Holy Family Tigers get their third shot on goal. Back come the Eagles quickly over midfield into the offensive zone with a backhanded shot and a goal. Long stick backhanded type shot by Nolan Carfagna. And the Eagles on Carfagna's second of the season with 2:35 to go in the third quarter, and they've hit the 20 mark. It's 20-2 Eagles. Eagles 2 goals away from their season high. 1 goal to tie, 2 goals to break it. And the clock running with 2:22 to go in the third quarter. Eagles leading 20-2. That was shot number 36. Here, the Eagles have a dominant performance today, led by Robbie McGrain and his 9 goals. He's now at 41 on the season. And he's 1 point away from hitting the half-century mark. Eagles with the ball on their side of the offensive field. It bounces off the stick of Cook. Cook chases after it, tries to pick it up with a fancy play, but instead gives it away to Ethan Ostay, the freshman from Coon Rapids, Minnesota. Over the line he comes, avoids the chop hit. He's got the long stick, takes a long shot. I think Robinson got a piece of it. So they'll count that as we'll see if they count that as a shot or not. But either way, 1 shot and the Eagles get the ball. 90 seconds to go in quarter 3. 20-2 Eagles. Here's Keene. Keene gives it to Gallery. Here's Gallery. Over to the offensive side. Gallery gives it back to Hinman. Not going to count a shot on goal in that last series. So Hinman has it on the right side. Eagles getting their offensive players out on the field. Go behind the goal to Dinnicky. Dinnicky and Hinman play catch with a minute to go in the third quarter. Back to the top, Beckett. Beckett waits for Kelleher to come on. Gives the steal. Steele gives to Beckett. Gives to Hinman as they play in the triangle part of the Pentagon. Spins away from a couple of defensive checkers. Moving in as Hinman takes a pass over to Kelleher. Gives back to Steele. Steele looking to wind up. Didn't do it. Gives it to Cook. Cook looking for the pass in the middle for a flying Dinnicky. Instead it went over his stick and out of play. So with 30 seconds to go in the third quarter, Holy Family should be able to get one last opportunity offensively, although the Eagle defense has prevented them from getting any kind of really offensive opportunities. Thomas, the goalie with the ball, 20 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Passes to his defensive side to 33 Calquinio, the freshman at Belmore, New Jersey. Calquinio trying to get away from 2 defensive checkers. Instead gives away the ball in the middle of the field. And the Eagles have one last opportunity with 10. Gives the pass to Keller. Quickly down to Dinnicky. Across the slide area. Shot in the goal. Beautiful passing as the quarter ends. And the goal by number 12, Leighton Cook. For Cook, his 4th of the season. And with the running clock, the Eagles score 4 in the third quarter. Lead 21-2 and 37-3 in the shots department. And that will be how the third quarter ends. Again, the Eagles outscoring Holy Family 4-0. They've tied their season high in goals with 21 and lead 21-2. Fourth quarter to get underway in about 2 minutes. As the Eagles have been swarming today. Again, we've talked about it. First-year program, Holy Family, the Tigers. They've played well in certain games, but they've struggled the last 2, losing 17-2 and 27-2 in the last 2. But before that, they had a 10-4 win and an 18-8 loss at Caldwell. So they have been scoring goals and they have been playing well, playing good defense at times as well. But struggling here today, right now being outscored 21-2. They were outscored 44-4 in the 2 games before this, so that makes 65-6 in the last 2 3/4 games. After the final horn, stay with us. We will have a player come up here and do a player interview in what should be an Eagle victory. Leading by 19. I mean, we've seen weirder things happen, but I don't think there'll be 19 goals scored against the Eagles. Now in goal for the Eagles is Joseph Simonatore, the senior out of Glendale, New York. Holy Family's only had 3 shots on goal in the game. 2 of them actually went in and beat starting goaltender Cole George, the senior out of Bowmanville, Ontario. But the Eagles have rotated goalies here in the second half with Russell Robinson playing the third quarter and Simonatore playing the fourth. For Robinson, he'd only played 4 minutes the whole season, so he played 15 there in the third quarter, and Simonatore's only played 15 minutes the whole season. He has 1 save and no goals allowed. So the backup goaltenders who have played a total of 34.5 minutes have given up no goals and have 2 saves. Now it's Simonatore's chance here in the fourth quarter, and the Eagles have done an excellent job in all phases today. I guess the only Eagle complaint could be their penalty kill, because Holy Family is 1 for 1 on the power play. But a running clock, 15 minutes, Eagles leading by 19. Ball given to Hinman. On the right side. Goes behind the goal to Dinnicky. Dinnicky goes across to the far side of the field to 28 Brown. Jalen Brown looking to get away from Covely, comes into the middle, looks to take a shot, stopped by Thomas. As he didn't get all of it, it was more of a deflection than anything else, and a bad pass by Thomas right in the middle field to Kelleher. He takes a shot that just goes wide, and Eagles will lose possession of the ball there as Kelleher stole the bad pass by Thomas, as Covely couldn't control it and took a shot opportunity with 14 minutes to go. Here's Covely, back on the defensive side of the field, gives it over to Miller. First time we said his name today. Ball bounces away, turnover, and the Eagles will take the ball right at midfield. Referee's just getting him set up to where it needs to be, and here comes Hinman. Hinman with the ball on the near side, gives it in the middle of the field to 14 Piatti. Piatti to 24 Beckett, gives it down low to Kelleher, who wears 50. Rims it around to Deneke, then rims it all the way back to Hinman. Hinman gets a return pass from Piatti, goes down into the corner to Cook. Cook to Piatti. Eagles just playing catch with the ball as they rim it around the Pentagon with 50 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Piatti, top of the Pentagon, gives it in the middle. Now on the right side, again, they're just playing catch, Hinman and Piatti. Eagles killing clock as much as anything else at this point. Again, leading by 19. Back to Piatti, top of the Pentagon, gives it over here for Hinman with 30. Hinman closes it in. Long shot taken, bounces wide. Eagles will lose possession of the ball. As they say, Covely beat Dinnicky to the end line. But now Covely will have the ball. Covely trying to escape Dinnicky, who's aggressively chasing him, does a spinorama move, but still hasn't crossed midfield yet. Finally crosses midfield with a pass to 24 Bienia, a freshman out of East Mauritius, New York. Holy Family brings it in as Fioramonte, and then taken away on a nice stick check there by Esposito. Esposito gets over the midfield line, continues forward, carries it in, looking to get a shot of his own. Long stick of Esposito. Fake move by Dinnicky. Dinnicky went toward the middle of the goal, then spun away back behind the goal. Esposito will stay in. And now will go off, which will bring on Jalen Brown. Also going off, Rob Torelli in exchange for 36, Nick Steele. 11:30 to go, fourth quarter, 21-2 Eagles. Steele plays catch with Cook. Gives to Beckett. Eagles make a nice play in front with the backhand shot and a goal there taken by Nick Steele. The Eagles lead 22-2 on Steele's goal. His 5th of the season. And the Eagles have a 20-goal lead with 11 minutes to go and a running clock here in the fourth quarter. Nice little backhand play there by Steele, gets his 2nd of the game. And the Eagles, with a 20-goal lead, have set their season high for goals at 22. Again, led today by Robbie McGrain, who's got 9 goals, a program record for goals in a game. He's now up to 41 on the season. 1 point off the half-century mark. Tim Keefe, 2 goals, 2 assists today. He's up to 58 points and got his 30th and 31st of the season. And a nice chop away by Torelli to take the ball away from Holy Family again. He comes up the center. He's in over the midfield, over the line. He keeps going towards the goal, looking to take a shot. Breaks through 1 defender, 2 defenders. Shot stopped by Thomas. Nice save there by Thomas again, who's just been battered and bruised. 40 shots by the Eagles. And you say 40 shots and 22 goals, but at the same time, this kid has been, all alone for the most part all game, making good saves. So Holy Family may have something here with Thomas as a goaltender moving forward. He's only a freshman. Eagles toward the net, and Thomas takes him out. Crease violation on Jalen Brown. And Holy Family will get the ball. So credit to Bryce Thomas, the freshman from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, really doing as much as he can today. 40 shots on goal, 18 saves with the 22 goals given up. But again, 40 shots on goal, which tells you he's been bombarded a lot. And he's made a couple other decent plays as well that don't count as shots on goal. But Eagles leading by 20. To finish with the ball, gives it in the middle of the field to Covley, who's all over the place. Probably lost a good 6 to 7 pounds of just running around the field today as Covley. And a shot taken on goal, saved by Simonatore. And good play there to get the ball as he's the first one back there. So Simonatore makes a save, the 4th shot on goal of the game for Holy Family. But the Eagles get possession with 8:45 to go in quarter 4. Ball bouncing around in midfield, taken by DeFinis. DeFinis looking for a shot, gets checked from behind. Referee blows the whistle. Let's see if it's just a foul. DeFinis is down as he kind of got cross-checked from behind and slapped at and slashed at. DeFinis getting up, at least on one knee at the moment, now up to his feet. Doesn't seem worse for wear at the moment. Though I haven't been hit by a lacrosse stick in a while, so I can tell you it hurts, and I'm sure he's in a little bit of pain, and it's the fourth quarter, and they're trailing by 20, so I'm sure it hurts all the way around. But a good save by Simonatore a moment ago. His 2nd save of the season, 1st save today, as he just started in the fourth quarter. Eagles led 1-0, game was tied 1-1, and then the Eagles blitzed 5 straight goals in about a 4-minute span to take a 6-1 lead. Holy Family got it to 6-2 on a goal by Adam Camille, and then it's been all Eagles ever since. Outscoring Holy Family 16-0 since about midway through the first quarter. They led 8-2 after the first quarter, 17-2 at half, 21-2 after 3, and now lead 22-2 with a running clock here in the fourth quarter. Only reason the clock has stopped now is for the injury timeout for Julian DeFinis, the freshman attacker out of Glendora, New Jersey. So Holy Family will have the ball near side corner, 74 on the shot clock, 8:33 to go in the fourth quarter. Camille tries to go towards the goal, watched by Gallery. Camille looking to get it in front. He does. Long pass, Covley, long shot, score from 15 yards out. He gets one by Simonatore, who gives up his first goal of the season. And The Eagle lead moves to 19 as it's 22-3, but a nice long shot by Covely, his 7th of the season. From 20 yards out, I know he's been trying to set that up all game. But the 16-0 streak of goals is over as Holy Family gets on the board their 5th shot on goal, their 3rd goal of the game. And they'll win the faceoff and get the ball off the faceoff as Rohrer, the graduate from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, has the ball in his hands over midfield. Leaves it for Camille, who's got a goal in this game. Camille over here for Covely, who just scored a moment ago. Covely rims it down into the far side corner. Now goes behind the goal to Damius. Damius across to McColligan. McColligan to Damius behind the goal. Damius trying to spin away from the check of a player I don't have on the roster. Ball shot taken wide over the head of Seminatori. And Holy Family will regain control of the ball with 6:50 to go in the 4th quarter. Damius trying to get it to his teammate Camille. He does get it behind the net. The Eagle pressure behind the net, and somebody got taken out. Incidentally, more like a pick. Offensive foul on the illegal screen, and that screen was worse than the one that got called on UConn yesterday evening in the women's game, if you happen to have seen that. That was a more vicious pick right there than that one. Wind blowing harder here in the 4th quarter, but the sun is out. Not sure if that makes it any better, but Holy Family has the ball. Covely on the left side of their pentagon at the 25-yard line, on the 20-yard line. Again, the goals are on the 10, just for a vision standpoint. Damius gives it to Covely. Covely now top of the area, gives it over here to McColligan. McColligan looking to get a shot off. Gets pushed away nicely by Gallery. He goes behind the Damius. Damius with 5:40 to go. 37 seconds on their shot clock. Goes across to Covely. Makes a nice jumping catch. Covely, again, done a good job really running all over the place today. Offensively and defensively. He'll sleep well tonight, but then the ball lost off Camille's stick, bounced up in the air, and here come the Eagles with it. Nice little move here by Torelli. Torelli carries it in over midfield. Goes right down the middle looking to get a shot. It bounces up in the air. It pops up in the air. Kelleher trying to play it. It bounces back to the Eagles with the long stick. Kept in and then played nicely by Sproul, who scored his 1st goal of the year today. Sproul will play it from the out-of-bounds mark. He'll go toward the goal. He's got that long stick. Again, he scored his 1st goal of the year today, did James Sproul. Kelleher goes behind the goal to Cook. Cook gives to Dinicky. Over to Cook. Cook to Steele. To Beckett. Eagles again just sort of killing clock at this point. 40 on the shot clock. 4:37 to go in the 4th quarter on a running clock. 22-3 Eagles. Behind the goal is Brown. Brown with 30. Now the Eagles try to move a little bit offensively. Brown comes out with a shot that goes off a bad angle. Didn't have the angle. Tried to rip it past Thomas. Couldn't get it by him, and the Eagles will start again with 20 on the shot clock. Here's Brown again. Brown goes behind his net. Eagles featuring Brown here, I think trying to get him his 1st goal of the season. Brown comes up the near side, goes on a backhand, takes the shot, stopped by Brown again. Excuse me, stopped by Thomas again, who is up to 19 saves in this game, and that's a credit to Thomas, as we've talked about. Eagles leading 22-3. Eagles get the ball now. 3:45 to go in the 4th. And a fresh clock. Keene gives to Beckett, who gives to Kelleher, who gives down to Dinicky. Dinicky to Cook. Over here to Brown. Brown makes a move, goes toward the goal. Penalty flag flies in the air. Shot taken, popped up in the air. Eagles regain control. Holy Family will be shorthanded if the Eagles don't score here. as a delayed penalty is being called on them. Here's Brown trying to get out in front. There's the goal they were looking for as Jalen Brown gets his first goal of the season, the graduate student from New York, New York. And that's what the Eagles were looking for, is to get Brown open and get him an opportunity. And there's his first goal of the season. And the Eagles lead 23-3. Program record is 25. Record is 24. So the Eagles 1 goal off the program record, which is 24. 25 will break it. 24 will tie it. Clock is running, though, with 2:20 to go. So the Eagles have set several program records today, and they lost the face-off on top of it. Pass to Rohr. Penalty upcoming on the Eagles. As I don't know if they've gotten more aggressive or the officials are just trying to change the game. Eagles have also changed goalies again. Simonatore is out. Nolan Martin, the junior out of Phoenixville, Pennsylvania, he's in to play goal for the Eagles. So all 4 of the Eagle goaltenders have been put into the game, with Martin now out there now. Martin has not played in the game this season. He's got no stats, but he's out there now. Number 68. Eagles still on a delayed penalty. 38 seconds to go on the shot clock. 1:34 to go in the fourth quarter. Shot taken, blocked in front by the stick, and there's the penalty. So the Eagles will be shorthanded for the second time today. 32nd penalty on 20, Rod Torelli, the freshman out of Ossining, New York. So the Eagles shorthanded for the second time today, where Holy Family's actually 1 for 1 on the power play. So we'll see if the Eagles can hold them off the board. 30-second power play. And here's Damius. Damius tries to get around the stick check, still has the ball. 20 remaining on the man advantage. 1:15 to go in the fourth quarter. 23-3 Eagles. Ball given away and taken, and out come the Eagles. That should kill off the remainder of the power play. Here's Esposito. Esposito with lots of stick and run. Feeds it down to Kelleher. Gives it back to Esposito as they're trying to set him up for a goal at this point. Penalty is over, so everybody back to full strength. Eagles try to pick up the ball before it goes out of bounds. They do. It's Beckett. They can hold the ball without taking a shot at this point. Let's see if the Eagles will take a shot. It's Nate Dowd behind the goal. He tried to spin in front. Holy Family takes the ball away, feeds it in the middle to Camille. Camille tries to get it up quickly, but again, another bad pass taken by the Eagles. Over the line is Keene. Keene with 25 to go in the fourth quarter. I think the Eagles might just hold it here for the rest of the game. Long pass behind the goal. Dowd trying to get one, I guess, coming out in front. He gets blasted in front, and he scores! But they're going to wave it off, saying he's in the crease. Dowd would have had his first of the year, as 5 Eagles have scored their first goal of the year. Dowd came in front, but they're going to say he's in the crease, and that's going to do it here this afternoon, where the Eagles, on a 41-shot effort, defeat Holy Family 23-3, a season high in goals for the Eagles, as they'll go to 7-5 on the season, 3-1 in conference, 3-1 at home. Holy Family will fall to 2-9 overall, 0-4 in conference, and 1-5 on the road. Holy Family outscored 67-7 in their last 3 games, again a first-year program. But they have something there in goaltender Bryce Thomas, who played well, made 19 saves today while giving up the 23 goals. So credit to him. If you have a player of the game for Holy Family, it's Thomas, who's played well. This could have been even worse if it wasn't for the goaltending of Thomas. But the Eagles should feel happy with their 23-3 win, again led by Robbie McGrain and his 9 goals, a program record 9 goals. And the Eagles win today 23-3. That'll do it for the game broadcast. I'm Jeff Nelson. We'll be back with a player interview in just a moment. You're listening and watching the Post University Men's Lacrosse on the CACC Network and YouTube.com/GoPostEagles.